out. I said, if I ran this fell and broke, I just ran and I don't walk right side, grab another one, and walk right out.
Oh my God!
Apparently.
Fuck it, let's go.
My apologies on that. Let's go.
Fuck it, let's go.
Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bravery Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah, the Dark Side Savior, always and forever on his worst behavior. Mr. DM, find me your mama's DMs. Why? Because I'm trying to give her mama a baby and nobody can stop me.
That was mad sexual. I felt weird about that one.
Well, you know, that's the pillow talk. You gotta, when you try to impregnate them.
I see. That's just weird.
And on the phone, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
Yeah, I already know what it is. This your boy Alec the motherfucking Hill, aka the Stan Lee of podcasting, also known as the leader of the Fuck the McMahon and the 205 Point Trash Ass Show leader. And also known the man pretty good equipment crossface, bigger run to a crossface, and I got that video up on MySpace.
Facts. And on the boards, he's the franchise like Sting, J Kidd.
More like the mess up like Jeff Hardy. But yeah, on TNA night. But yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about that. That was sad.
That was sad. That's
Yeah, I don't talk about it. I do. I don't give a
it's a
damn.
crazy day. It's a crazy day today.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I've never seen that grocery store across the street so busy.
Well,
Oh man.
once again,
On my way in, it was packed over there.
it's very packed now. It's
I
getting
don't know
a
what they're
little
doing in there. It
popularity.
sounds like they're doing some drug trafficking.
Yes, let's call the authorities post haste.
I don't think I'm gonna call the authorities. I think I should partake into this, or I will call the authorities. I need
Oh,
about at
okay,
least
I catch your drift.
13%.
I catch your drift then, yes.
What do we got today?
All right. Where do we want to start? Let's start with Ring of Honor. And the big news that Ring of Honor has released all of their talent from their contracts following Final Battle in December. And the company will be taking a hiatus. They're saying 3 to 4 months. Yeah, and they're planning to rebrand when they do return.
How can you rebrand something that never fell off?
That's just the thing. It's like, I get what they want to do, but at the same time, there was no reason to do it. Kind of like NXT.
Yeah, them brightly colors still bother me to this day.
So one of the small details is they're saying talent is being released, but it's not, oh, you're fired. There's still, it's kind of like a WWE 90-day no compete clause. During they're on a system like that where they will get paid from Ring of Honor, but they have the option to work elsewhere. It's a little bit of both.
Well,
So
I don't
it's
know.
it's more of
I
a
don't know.
furlough than a release.
I don't know. I don't know. You gotta think about it. Don't forget, Tony Khan did sign like what, 12, 13 people?
Yeah, let me pull that
Yeah, well,
article up.
Well, see, yeah, so they're not furloughed. Some people are gone.
Okay, according to WON Wrestling News, Gresham, Lethal, Castle, Brody, Danhausen, Dragon, EC3, Briscoes, Rush, and Bandito all signed contracts with AEW per sources. Ring of Honor had talked with Tony Khan last night and has officially approved these signings. So it is possible that they're on a furlough and they're allowing them to work elsewhere.
I wonder if this Tony Khan's, forbidden door to get into ROH.
Possibly.
It might be the smoothest way for him to do it instead of him talking to them. Hey man, I'm just gonna take your guys from you, keep them paid, and you want them back, you can have them back. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some other people. You can have some people. I know Daniel Bryan to go over there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I know he'll go there in a heartbeat and wrestle everybody.
Yeah,
over there.
definitely.
Now, just before we came on the air, I told you there was a tweet from Dax Harwood. It just says Briscoes. He's calling out the Briscoes. I want FTR Briscoes.
FTR Briscoes.
First of all,
would be
one,
great.
I want that too, but I hear the N word a lot all of a sudden now, and I don't think I want to hear that on national television right now. I love the Briscoes, but it's going to be a lot of the N word, and I don't think AEW is fast enough to blurt that out.
Now their production team sucks. We know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like by the time they get to the at the end, they're gonna be, oh, we blocked it. It's too late now. It's already over. They done said it 8 times.
Will we finally get a black singles champion with Jay Lethal or Jonathan Gresham? Because
I need that.
Because that's the one thing that the colored the melanin community has been complaining about with AEW, the quote unquote representation.
I was called. I like how you said melanin. You get them the perfect term. See, I was calling them color commentary.
Yeah, because the only real representation is what Scorpio Sky, and he's never been put in a prominent spot.
Well, man, don't forget he did win the brass ring for nothing.
Yes, we're gonna give the nigger the brass ring that does means nothing.
Sounds like Braun Strowman with that green crown jewel.
Oh yeah, he's still champion even though he's not there. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Still champion.
Not signed anymore.
Who else? Ricky Starks he's high yellow, as the folks down south like to say. He's high yellow, so you can't really count Ricky Starks as black.
What's some boy name that hangs with Taz, the black dude?
Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, Powerhouse is the only real black good guy we got, but they just use him as a powerhouse like his name.
Yeah, he's the only field nigga up there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, they're not letting him in the house. He don't get to drink on the good cups. He gets to drink from the garden hose.
He gets a purple solo cup. Telling nobody has on the regular.
I couldn't keep together for that one.
I gotta clap for that. That was crazy.
Now, back to this list of people that have signed with AEW already. You got Rush and Bandito. So are we putting together a 3-man team with Andrade? So it's going to be Andrade and these two versus Death Triangle?
I think so, and I want that now.
Not the Cody though, Andrade.
No. Well,
Yeah,
no. Cody just lost to Malachi Black, and Malachi Black suddenly is aligned with Andrade.
Yeah. And then now Pac is online with Cody.
I think he only aligned with Andrade because of the fact they both got a common enemy. They both don't like Miss Cody.
No, nobody likes Cody at this point. Cody is the John Cena of AEW.
I like him to John Cena at AEW. I was gonna give him the Mr. McMahon because he's in a higher role.
Okay. No, I was gonna say because he's babyface, but he gets booed.
Yeah, did I miss something with Cody?
Well, hold on. Here's something I forgot to mention last week, because last week's Rampage was Heritage Night. Whatever it was, it's Heritage Night. They were in Miami, so it was Heritage Night. There was like a lot of like Latin themed stuff, like with posters and shit that they had going on. Like they had Thunder Rosa in a picture. They had I think Red Velvet in a picture.
Hispanic wrestlers in there.
Yeah.
Like showing like promotion.
Even like Hikaru Shida, she's got her own poster. Yeah. So it says represent, bring your flags. Heritage flag offer valid at box office, day of show, yada yada yada, whatever. So guess who else is on this poster? Cody.
Who else?
Cody, you know the white guy with the blonde hair and the blue eyes. Heritage.
Rhodes' son.
Heritage on Heritage Night.
Hey man, he got heritage. his heritage name is Justin Rhodes.
You know, Cody Rhodes, the face of interracial relations with the biracial children. That,
Heritage name.
His wife's not
Yeah.
even black, right?
no, she's black. Brandy's black.
His wife's not even I'm sorry, Hispanic. That's what I meant to say. His wife's not even Hispanic.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing. Like the poster's kind of like it has Latin vibes, but then there's this Hikaru Shida on it, Red Velvet's on it, so it's like weird.
Sounds weird, but that sounds like AEW at this point now. So I'm going to enjoy it.
So Cody's just making that as his lead role. Like he has to be on every.
He's the representation of American race relations.
He kind of is the John Cena. No wonder people hate him.
And I'm gonna say it's been nice knowing you, Orange Cassidy, because Danhausen is very nice, very evil, and he's all elite housing.
I'm okay with all of that.
Good wind up.
Now, here's the thing: as much as I like Danhausen, I've never watched a Danhausen match. I'm in it strictly for the gimmick. So all this shit I talk about Orange Cassidy, yes, I'm a fucking hypocrite. I'll say that right now. I'm a fucking hypocrite. I'm strictly in this for the gimmick. I don't need to see this man wrestle. Actually, I think if I see him wrestle, I'll probably like him less.
True. I mean, I think that did it for me for Orange Cassidy. That gimmick was too real. It was like, all right, now you want to actually wrestle.
Now, here's the thing. My one good thing that's about Orange Cassidy. When he did the episode of A Shot of Brandy, speaking of Brandy Rhodes, her drinking show on YouTube, when he appeared on the episode with her, he was himself. He wasn't in gimmick. I like that Orange Cassidy. He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he is. He has that one little. He has that one little kid that's a fan. Is just dressed up like him.
Uh-huh.
Comes to the show. I like the dedication of that kid because he usually goes at almost every show, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Dedication of that kid was crazy.
Well, now that school's back in session, I don't think I've seen him in like the last 2 months. But I saw him like all last year during the pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, he had the free time.
Yeah.
He had the free time.
Yeah. All right. So the other issue.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. That's another thing too. Now that they are going to be traveling, I don't think we want to see him.
Yeah. Now the other free agent that is out there today, Windham, aka Bray Wyatt, aka The Fiend. I'm still unsure as to when his contract actually ended. Was it yesterday? Is it today?
No, it's actually today.
So he can sign today. He's a free agent.
He actually changed his Twitter handle from WWE to just
Windham.
Rotunda, taking inquiries.
Yep.
And before that, it had said 2 days. So 2 days that just started as like, I think 2 o'clock that morning when he posted that yesterday. So I think as of today, he is a free agent. And now I just want to know where he's going to end up.
Now, everybody wants to just jump and say AEW. He fits in Impact as well.
To be honest, Rotunda said he could fit wherever and whenever.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you just give him creative control over his own gimmick, he could just work with anybody at this point.
Now, some fan tagged him on Twitter and said, "Why doesn't the Fiend just return and take down the head of the table?" And then Bray Wyatt responded, "Is there anybody else?"
Damn. That's you know what? I can't even be mad at that.
Just like how Roman would respond to everything else. Like he's been smashing everybody.
Uh,
So I don't know about this whole smashing everybody's kind of
well, when Roman's clearly working the gimmick.
he is.
So I'm not entirely like upset that he says it because it's not to be taken serious. He's being what he's supposed to be. He's living his gimmick.
I wonder who is the guy who's gonna take him down. Now there's a thing like, who is the guy?
Yeah, now that you've got Brock off of TV for a couple months with the quote unquote suspension, who's the one to step up next? Because you sent Seth Rollins to Raw, and then he cracked a joke saying, "Oh, the head of the table didn't want to give me a match, so now I'm here to face Big E or whatever." Yeah, like who on SmackDown can really step up in the main event scene?
Brahma Bull.
Drew gonna be the first to step
Oh
up.
yeah. Drew
Drew's
yeah.
gonna be next. I know.
Yeah. Time for Drew to take another loss.
Yep.
Because every big match since he's lost the title, he has lost.
And with that, I mean, there's got to be somebody new and somebody that actually could beat him. Or not new, but maybe somebody that hasn't, we haven't seen in a bit, but still in good shape.
You know what? I still have the WWE app. I never deleted it. The only thing it's good for is looking up the rosters.
True.
Now, if the fucking app will load, I can look up the roster for SmackDown. Current, filter, SmackDown. Okay, apply. No, Angel Garza. Yeah, we said Drew McIntyre. Is Corbin heel or babyface right now? I don't even know what to say.
I feel like he's still heel. He's just working this freaking happy gimmick.
Okay, Jinder.
Yeah, like he's still heel. He's just a happy heel.
Jinder Mahal is a heel. I wouldn't mind seeing Kofi Kingston and Roman, even though we know he's going to lose, but I wouldn't mind seeing Kofi get another run on top. Since we got King Woods.
You think homeboy King Woods would do it?
No, give him a mid card, give him the IC belt.
Let him work his way up from there.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, who I'm already sick of.
What about Nakamura?
He's the current IC champion.
After he loses the belt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. Sheamus is heel. Yeah, Sheamus is heel. There's a lot of heels on SmackDown now that I'm looking at it. Yeah.
The main one.
There's too many heels on SmackDown.
Where's our superhero dominant babyface?
That's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
that's the only babyface we got.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll back through the roster. I'm gonna name all the baby faces. Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami Zayn's technically heel, right?
Yeah.
He's heel. Yep.
Always.
Ricochet, babyface. Rick Boogs, who's obviously just a joke. Mustafa Ali is heel. We got Mansoor.
Can you imagine? Actually, Mansoor could be something potential.
With Kingston and Woods, I mentioned. Jeff Hardy.
On SmackDown, right?
Yeah, he's on
He's on
SmackDown.
SmackDown, right?
And Drew McIntyre. You've got 6 heels on SmackDown. I'm sorry, 6 baby faces. And then there's like 15 heels.
I'm about to say, ain't that how it's always been? There's always been more heels and baby faces on SmackDown.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
You only got 2 hours for the show, so I don't think you need that many faces. But same time, God damn, it's a lot of heels.
Yeah, it's almost double the amount of baby faces versus heels. All right, we all know that Alex hates NXT 2.0, but Halloween Havoc was all right. It was all right.
Yeah.
We had, I think, every title changed hands except for the main event, which we all pretty much thought, this is the breakout for Rex Steiner, because I'm not calling him that other name. Fuck that shit.
All right. That's a weird name that they gave him.
Yeah, so fucking Rex Steiner loses to Tommaso Ciampa in the main event. Tommaso, who came out as Kratos.
That was dope. I actually like that one.
Now, somebody in AEW did Kratos too, but it was like...
That was freaking John Silver.
Was it him?
I think it was John Silver.
Okay. Whoever it was horrible.
Someone from the Dark Order. Yeah.
It was horrible.
I guess they were doing a parody or something of Kratos. I don't know.
Yeah, whoever.
The Dark Order was doing parodies of costumes.
Yeah, it was so sad. But in the opening match, it was a 3-way tag team ladder match for the women's tag team belts, and the girls that hang out with the Mandy Rose one. I cannot remember their names. Toxic Attraction. I just don't remember their individual names. Because yeah, we'll just go with Toxic Attraction.
No, because they're not. No offense, but they're not too famous enough for me to know.
Well, the one
individually,
the one left AEW, the one with the orange hair. She was like an AEW original. She was on the original roster, and then she left. She went back to Europe for like a couple months, but then the pandemic hit, and she I think she got stuck there because you couldn't leave the country, and now she's back in NXT.
Rose is killing it though. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it right now.
Do you like Joe Gacy?
You talking about the Italian dude?
Yeah.
You know what? He's entertaining when he shows up, but out of that, that's it. That's all I care about.
It is what it is.
But then fucking the baby Brock Lesnar. But then
Yeah, they made him a skinhead.
Yeah.
He's Michael Myers.
It's weird though, because he actually fits the bill by looking like him.
Like I said, one side
He could be the next guy to,
It's almost like you took Dexter Lumis and just made him Michael Myers, and that's the baby Brock Lesnar. Harlan, I think that's his name now. Harlan.
Yep, and that's the weird thing about it. Like he looks like Brock. He acts like Dexter Lumis. It's all types of American accents.
Yeah. See, we had an appearance by Diamond Mind. Now, why is nobody talking about the fact that whole group got fired and they just replaced them during that last round of releases? That whole group got fired. And then next up, Mandy Rose, her sexy ass, her Super Saiyan 4 sexy ass. She won the women's title from Raquel Gonzalez, who had a very underwhelming championship reign.
At this point right now, almost everybody in NXT kind of has that at this point when they took everybody away.
Basically, yeah. Because, like, she was heel when she won the title, and then she was doing all right, and then all of a sudden they had Dakota Kai turn on her, and then Dakota Kai just disappeared.
And now
Dakota Kai is back, and she doesn't have the title anymore. What the fuck?
And now we're at a plot thickening plot. What is gonna happen?
Yeah, good question. Good question. And then we had the debut of, what is his name? Solo Sikoa.
Yoko Ono, some shit.
Yoko Ono. Joseph Uso. Joseph Fatu. Joseph NOI. Anything other than whatever they're calling him.
Anything. Any of the Samoan heritage name that could have been really popular.
Something. Little Kishi.
Little Key.
Like, why is he the undefeated street champion on Samoa? That's not like a lie.
Like you're dancing all around the fact that he's part of the Samoan bloodline, Samoan dynasty, but you won't give him a fucking Samoan. Well, okay, he does have a Samoan name because I looked up what his name actually is. His name is a part of his dad's legitimate first name.
Oh, okay.
Because Rikishi's name in Samoan, it's both of those names are within his real name. Don't ask me to pronounce his real name. I've looked at it like 17 times. I can't pronounce it. I can't read Samoan.
I can't be the third Uso in like Raw or SmackDown. They're SmackDown.
Yeah, they're on SmackDown.
Dude, you can imagine that he just comes in as like a manager first, and then he's like a third person in the group, like a
Yeah, he can. He doesn't even have to quote unquote wrestle on the main roster. Just have him pop up and help him for some stupid reason.
He's gonna be a part of the bloodline soon. Watch.
He is bloodline. Heyman already said it. He's bloodline.
He's gonna be part of the faction in SmackDown, just to help him out. They have so much family members.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Fucking the one girl. Who's that girl you keep sending me, Alex? What? I can't remember her fucking name.
I can't remember her name either, bro. I like the pictures every day.
Absolutely. Where's the message you sent me? Why should we not be able to find it when I need it? Oh, Rika. Yeah, Rika Tahika. And she's been doing Dark and Dark Evolution for AEW in the last like 2 months. She's sexy as fuck. Obviously you got that other thing you sent me, Alex. Jacob Fatu versus Jeff Cobb. Yes, please. Samoan on Samoan violence. Yes, please. Yes, please.
So much attacks. So much.
Yeah, need.
Cousins don't like hold back.
Word.
Cousins don't really hold back, bro.
No. Let's switch over to the main roster. All right, this bullshit that happened with Charlotte and the whole title exchange segment.
Yeah, right. I knew that was gonna happen. I think I did mention that last week.
Yeah, because I think my prediction was they're not going to actually exchange them. They're going to end up having a match at Survivor Series, winner take all. Okay, obviously that didn't happen. Now I've read multiple versions of this story. One reliable source, which is was it Kevin Snap? Oh, Kevin Knapp. I always forget. What is from Fightful? His interpretation was, yes, Charlotte said before the segment, I don't want to do certain things because it's going to make both of us look weak. Not just herself. It's going to make both of us look weak. So the whole thing where she like held the title away and then dropped it, the drop wasn't on purpose. That was by accident, according to the Fightful. That was by accident. So then Sonya said, pick it up. Charlotte picked it up. Then Sonya took it from Charlotte, gave it to Becky, and then Becky just threw the belt at her belt at Charlotte. That was the retaliation because Becky thought the drop was on purpose when they're saying it was an accident. Now, incident backstage after the show goes off the air. Becky's yelling at Charlotte. Charlotte's yelling at Becky. Sonya jumps in. This is all in Gorilla with Vince and Bruce Pritchard sitting there. Charlotte leaves Gorilla. They have Charlotte escorted out the building by security. Long story short, is Charlotte trying to leave? Is she trying to leverage her way out the door?
I don't know if she's trying to leave. I know Andrade posted that tweet that said F you, WWE.
Yeah, well, yes, obviously he's supporting his woman, but I think he's also one of those people that feel bitter because he wasn't used better, as opposed to one of those people that have an understanding of if you get used, you get used. Like Tyler Bree said.
Also, like the background stuff that's been going on with her. Besides Andrade being in AEW.
Yeah.
Having like all this publicity happening, and WWE is not really like on her back,
right.
Not supporting her as much as they were supporting her before. So I think it would be a good step for her to reach into her contract and then see if there's another opportunity somewhere else, because she is established
Mm-hmm.
as the queen. She's established. Imagine she can take that elsewhere.
Well, she can't take the queen with her. That's WWE owned because they have merchandise with it.
I know.
She can't call herself Charlotte when she leaves. She'll have to call herself Ashley Flair, which is her real name. And Rick owns the copyright for Flair, so she can take Flair.
And people know who she is.
Obviously people know who she is.
Yes, and she will pop just like as herself.
Now, she'd have to go to Impact. That's the problem. Impact has the best women's division. AEW is getting better, but there's two people there on her level, Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. As good as Britt Baker is, she's not on Charlotte's level. Whether it's in the ring, on the mic, character, she's not on Charlotte's level.
Charlotte, aka Ashley, will definitely take that over.
Yeah, so
in this jiffy,
so you're gonna go from one company where there's people that they can put around her, and at least try to present them as equals. You're going to go to AEW where nobody is your equal. You're just clearly head and shoulders above everybody else. Okay, again, Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa are talent-wise in the ring, but there's nobody else with that cachet to just demand this, that respect, for your character.
Wrestles better than her father in the 80s.
I dare say she is a better technical wrestler. Yeah. She doesn't have the psychology that he has, because his charisma and psychology made up for the little bit lack of physical ability that he had, because he wasn't always he was never a body guy, and he was never the most athletic guy. But
talker though,
yeah,
good talker. That's how we know him from. That's how we know he was that damn good, because he always talked it.
Mm-hmm. And that was always the difference between NWA Southern Wrestling versus WWF Wrestling. It was the big guys, the body guys, the athletic guys, versus just here's some almost regular looking guy, but he's in shape and he can talk his ass off and he'll whoop your ass in a real fight. Arn Anderson, his Glock.
I'll take the Glock. That forever is embedded in my memory.
I'm going to take the Glock. I'm going to put it to his brain.
Splatter his brain all over the concrete. I'm like, damn. I went hood for a sec. It's like, yo.
Word. Yeah, so, again, I think Charlotte's trying to get out the door. I don't understand why.
I think it's the best opportunity for her to leave.
I don't think it's a good opportunity for her to leave. I think she's fine where she is. I think she has the highest ceiling where she is.
For her to leave, what is there for Charlotte to accomplish in WWE now that she already hasn't done in the short period of time she was there?
Already what? How many times?
12. Well, 12 sorry, times? 13. By exchanging the titles, that makes it 13.
She's literally almost the female Triple H right now, or almost the female of her father.
She's one behind Randy Orton at 14.
I think 4.
No, I'm sorry. She's tied with Randy Orton at 13. Because Triple H is 14, and then Cena and Ric Flair are 16.
They could. She could beat Cena and Ric Flair on that. I mean,
well, in reality, Ric Flair is 27, but WWE doesn't count the shit where he lost it overnight in Puerto Rico, or lost it in fucking Brazil overnight and then won it back the next day. Or it's really 27, but we'll go with 16.
WWE terms.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, she's definitely got an incredible record to go anywhere else, and then make that show really good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if her contract ends tomorrow, and she does go to Impact or whatever, go to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna sell. She's gonna have good matches. She's definitely gonna step up the bar for women to go into that establishment and try to fight for a title.
Now,
she would actually get more titles than what she can get in WWE.
True. Now, money. We all know Tony Khan is willing to pay top dollar for talent. Is Tony Khan paying Charlotte $3 million a year?
I hope Tony Khan has $3 million a year.
Because I believe her current WWE contract is like 2.2 plus incentives. Her and Becky Lynch are the only women making over $1 million a year in the wrestling industry, period.
Swap like that, definitely.
When did she start making that much? Because I thought that Ronda Rousey had made the most.
Well, Becky passed Ronda when she redid her deal, and Charlotte re-upped right after Ronda left. So Charlotte is behind. Charlotte is number 2. She's, like I said, she's like 2.2 million plus incentives, and I think Becky is like 4 million plus incentives.
Quarter of that for her lips.
So is Tony Khan willing to pay a woman what he's paying his EVPs?
Possibly.
Because he's overpaying for people like Joey Janela. They're making $500,000 a year to just wrestle on YouTube every week.
I believe that he would pay if it was Charlotte. At the same time, I feel like Andrade will probably get that price to go down a little bit because it'd be better for him to have his wife there.
Yeah.
He has to convince his wife.
I feel like Andrade
fiance. They're not married.
Fiance.
They just shacking up.
If Andrade was convincing enough to get his contract to where he gets greater control of who he wins or who he loses, you don't think he could probably try to get Charlotte in there?
Let's switch over to Greg Hamilton, who was released by WWE this week.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, let's see if I can speed read this article. I forgot which paragraph it's in. There's no word. West Side Gun, rapper West Side Gun, used Greg Hamilton's voice on a record. Greg Hamilton came out and said, you'll be hearing from WWE's lawyers.
But then Greg Hamilton got fired.
He got fired. It's not exactly what he said, it's how he said it. It was a very condescending, almost racist statement, if you will.
Nigga, you be hearing from WWE lawyers.
That's not mentioned, but we can go with that. We'll go with that.
I'm just saying
I want to know what he
that
said.
sounds like the only thing that could be said to make them like, you know what, we might let you go, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much the sum of the article. You'll be paying me for years, and I'll think about not collecting every dime for the rest of your life, or I can just let WWE lawyers do that. Settle with my lawyer, and don't. Oh, whoever wrote this article, this isn't even English.
You know who wrote it?
No, it wasn't Dave Meltzer.
I'm sure,
Some type of mark.
Okay, here's his tweet. Greg Hamilton says, "Well, West Side Gun, let's hope that since you stole my voice for your incoherent kindergarten fables, you have all your money saved up from delivering DoorDash."
Okay, that don't sound racist. That doesn't sound like
racist at all.
I mean, he is kind of talking down to him.
But that's what everybody does. Name somebody, call somebody else.
He's porous. I guess he talks down to poor people.
Call somebody down the same way. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. You were mentioning Moose's promo, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me.
Moose's greatest promo ever.
The Moose Nation. What the fuck did he say? It doesn't matter how elite you are. It doesn't matter what tribe you're chief to. It doesn't matter if you're the boss, the man. Hell, you can add a new day to the week, and I'm still the greatest wrestling champion of all time. Moose.
I always thought that was so clever. Moose.
The man over there shooting straight bars.
Hard, bro.
And Josh Alexander, it was nice knowing you. He cashed in option C and lost in what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Was it 3 minutes? Because it felt like a few seconds. Like he was cheering, he was happy, his wife was out there, the thumbs out there, Moose came out there.
Well, you know, the little celebration time, the time for Moose to come out, hand over his trophy for his guaranteed title match. It was about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was a quick 3 minutes though. Like seriously, super quick 3 minutes.
It could go away just like that.
Yep. And one last thing before we hop into Ultra Fantasy Wrestling, let's talk about the latest ratings wars between WWE and AEW. Last week's Dynamite once again was on Saturday because of baseball scheduling. So WWE SmackDown, which was back on Fox on its regular scheduled time on Fox. So what has been happening basically since WWE went to Fox, there's a replay of SmackDown on Saturday night, I believe at 10 o'clock to midnight. So it wasn't head to head, but the replay of SmackDown on Friday got more viewers than live Dynamite on Saturday.
Yeah. Heard about that.
SmackDown got 578 viewers for the replay at 10 o'clock. Live Dynamite at 8 to 10 got 515,000 viewers.
Damn.
So I think Tony Khan might want to pull back on that. We beat the key demo in that half an hour.
That shit lit a fire up their ass in WWE. So they just like, yo, we're gonna.
And if Vince McMahon got on Twitter and was like, "Oh, we killed Dynamite," the world would hate him. But
Well,
Tony Khan,
him anyway, so you know,
Yeah.
that just be adding fuel to his fire. Regardless.
but Tony Khan gets the pass for we beat the key demo in half an hour.
I'm about to say, yeah, you know, I'm about to say, but you know
the
why though?
underdog.
I'm about to say, but you know why though? Everybody loved WWE if Vince wasn't there.
Yeah.
As long as Vince there, people just not gonna like the product because you know we're gonna get what we got now with people not being used, matches we're not gonna see on TV.
We were okay with Triple H running a show.
Hey,
read
Valdor, I missed all Valdor's comments today. Let's see, he was talking about Nakamura should like go to the main title at one point. He says Charlotte's a big fish in a small pond. But I feel like it'd be even worse if she left and went to AEW or Impact. But that's just my opinion. All right, Ultra Fantasy booking. Last week, Alex the motherfucking Heel booked unauthorized his latest pay-per-view. We kicked the show off. Paul Heyman came out to the ring. He called out his newest clients, Cesaro and Deonna Purrazzo. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm the advocate for the future, reigning, defending, undisputed WWF champion of the world and the Stardom champion of the world. And that is a spoiler, not a prediction. Match 1 was a Falls Count Anywhere 20-minute time limit. Isaiah Swerve Scott defeated Wardlow. I believe Wardlow's on a losing streak.
I kind of see him there. A
Uh,
few matches here and there.
Yeah, match 2. Kevin Steen easily defeated Dexter Lumis. Easily.
Clean kill.
Yes, King kill, Steen kill. Match 3. Beer Money. This was a triple threat tornado tag match. Beer Money, Briscoe Brothers, and Mustache Mountain. And them boys done did it. Briscoes. And Mustache Mountain got crushed in this match. It was just both of them beating up on Mustache Mountain. It wasn't pretty. But you know, the friend of my friend, the enemy of my friend is my enemy. Oh, how does that saying go? Whatever. Yeah, that shit. Next up, in the women's action, we had Thunder Rosa versus Su Yung in a Monsters Ball match. And surprisingly, Thunder Rosa beat the brakes off of Su Yung in her own match. Next up, Dexter Lumis got a little help because Dexter Lumis was mad about his loss earlier to Kevin Steen. Sheamus versus Dexter Lumis and Danny Maff in a handicap match. And so Dexter Lumis and Danny Maff just barely beat Sheamus. Barely. So, and Sheamus has been one of the strongest people on this roster for the last several weeks.
Several dubs.
Yeah, lot of dubs. He's been winning like battle royals and fatal four ways, and Sheamus is winning everything.
I would never expect the Celtic Warrior to be that strong, you know? Especially
Word.
in this booking.
And the main event was a non-title match, but the women's champion, Gail Kim, took on Naomi. And the stipulations were, Naomi can win clean, Gail Kim can win clean, or option C, the lights go out. Well, sorry, Gail Kim hits her finish. We get the count. 1, 2, lights go out. Lights come on. Gail Kim's laying in the corner, and Deonna Purrazzo's standing in the middle of the ring. And that's exactly what happened.
Rising.
Deonna Purrazzo. Paul Heyman said, she will be champion. So she's claiming what's hers unofficially.
This show was busting.
Sometimes unofficial is the new official.
Word.
So Gail Kim's got something coming her way. Deonna Purrazzo is she's putting her on notice.
Look, they have a couple things coming up.
And
Gail can get beat and promoted too.
and your handicap did work out. We finally got Sheamus beaten. Barely. But he finally got beaten.
I said, yeah, like barely. Like, Jesus Christ. Shane was on the roll, like, god damn.
Yeah.
A handicap match, he probably was fighting for his life.
I'm fighting for my life.
Word, Shane was. He been fighting for his life.
All right. Over on my show, Warzone. We kick the night off with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He's taking on Bo Dallas of the B Team with Curtis Axel at ringside. That's match 1. Because, you know, Brock Lesnar has to show up every week to work now, like normal people do. He can't just show up when he wants and expect the title matches. So that's match 1. We're going to kick it off. So, and then again, he's starting at the bottom. He's got to be all the jabronis. Next up, Renee Paquette. She comes out to the stage after the match. She's trying to get an interview with Brock Lesnar. She says, "So Brock, how long are you gonna, you gonna play ball? Are you really gonna be here every week, or are you just, or is this you're just pretending and, things will go awry?" He just looks at her and walks away.
Like he should.
As he should. Next up, match 2, our mystery woman, who's hanging out with Charlotte Flair, Jordan Grace, and Rachel Ellerling, will be taking on our women's champion in a non-title match, Asuka. So it is the mysterious masked woman versus Asuka. Will we find out who she is after this match or during this match?
Is ready for
I just want to know who she is.
Again, I have 2 women I have not used yet. So there's a mystery. It's one of 2 people. Next up, War Machine will be taking on Undisputed Era's O'Reilly and Fish.
Who won in that?
Who won in real life? Was it Undisputed? Yeah, Undisputed Era won in real life, right? Yeah. All right. Next match, because Adam Cole is already ringside. So Adam Cole will be taking on Frankie Kazarian in our pure weight open weight pure rules tournament, which is still ongoing. And as I said this before, I didn't realize how many matches this tournament was going to be. Trying to do it G1 Climax style. I forgot that shit is long.
Very long.
It's very long.
G1 classes that last about like 18 years before they be like, this is probably a champion. They go, what? Y'all still was going? Holy shit!
Yeah, I forgot how. I don't even. They use what 12 people in that tournament. I only used 8, and this is still long. And I'm only doing half. I'm only doing one each person once. In G1 class, they do 12 people, and you face everybody twice. Jesus.
I feel like once you get done with your G1 class, you're gonna be like, you know what? We might not have another one of these for a couple of years.
Yeah. That's the way it's looking. But yeah, Adam Cole will be taking on Frankie Kazarian. Next up, Michael Cole is waiting in Gorilla. Because MJF is about to come out next, and MJF just looks at Michael Cole and says, "Who the fuck are you?" And keeps going.
I'm with
MJF. Who the fuck are you?
So MJF,
It'd be awesome to see.
MJF, who is also in the Pure Rules open weight tournament, he'll be taking on the one and only Walter. Walter, yes. MJF versus Walter. Next match, our tag team champions FTR will be taking on this team will be appearing for the first time in Warzone, the Brotherhood, Dustin and Cody Rhodes.
That's a different.
This is their first appearance, and we have a couple stipulations. Because I need to shoot an angle here to get our champions another contender. FTR can win clean. The Rhodes brothers can win clean, or War Machine can interfere.
Well.
And then our main event, the world champion AJ Styles will be taking on Cowboy shit Adam Page.
Battle of the former elites, former Bullet Clubs.
Yep, bullet match.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Now we need Desperado music.
Yes, our world champion fights everybody.
I like it.
Styles come out on the TNA music. They're ready to fly. I am. Come on. It's been so many years that we haven't heard that song.
Yeah.
And that always fits him because it was done for him. It was great.
His WWE music would be better if there was more than one verse.
True.
It's just
always a
one
loop.
verse and they play it 72 times.
Like Dean Ambrose's song is, even though it doesn't have any verses, it's just looped.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally like it's like 20 seconds and they just loop it.
I hate
Get
loop
ready
songs.
to fly. Get ready to fly. Wait a minute, nigga. You just said that a minute ago. I ain't gonna lie.
I am.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like Kane thing. You know, we always heard the Hellfire and Brimstone. That one day that them words came out, I was like, wait, what? What is this? What version is this? We ain't never heard this version before.
Oh, that shit's on my playlist. That stays in rotation.
One
I
of
think
the
that's on
best
everybody's
Kane
playlist
music
at this
ever.
point now.
That was one of the best
I
Kane
think-
entrance music
I
ever.
seriously think if you don't got this on your, I seriously think you don't got that on your playlist, you was not really diehard watching wrestling because that song just came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And it just was a hit, and then all of a sudden he just went back to the regular music for a while. And I was like, "What happened to the words? Bring the words back!"
Yo, they have to bring the words. If Jeff Hardy could bring no more words back, no pun intended. But yeah, if Jeff Hardy could bring no more words back, they definitely need to bring Kane's music back if he ever like
Yeah.
do special appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to see him walk down. I need to hear. Oh, that's all I need to hear. I need to hear that one time. Be like, I'm done with
No,
wrestling.
for sure.
I'm like, I'm done for Raw. I don't need to watch it. I already know what happened. I don't care.
Yeah. Last piece before we get out of here. WWE released their pay-per-view schedule for 2022. Beginning of January, we have the new pay-per-view. It's called Day One. That'll be on New Year's Day. At the end of January, we have Royal Rumble. And as of right now, there is no pay-per-view between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So we're skipping all the way to April 2nd and 3rd because it's 2 days. So we're gonna go from Royal Rumble. We're gonna have actual WrestleMania season, no interruptions.
Not gonna have Backlash this year.
No, Backlash is usually after. So there's gonna be no Fastlane or no what's that other one they usually throw in there?
They threw out Backlash though. They legit said they're done with Backlash.
Okay, because
I'm happy because we don't need to hear another WrestleMania Backlash.
well, they can always use Payback because that's another one they have. So they'll go from January to April with no pay-per-views, and then there'll be another pay-per-view in May and another pay-per-view in June. So those can probably be Payback, Battleground, Extreme Rules, Night of Champions or Clash of Champions, whatever they're calling it now. It can also Stomping Ground. It can be Stomping Ground. It can be Great Balls of Fire.
Let's not talk about that one.
Yeah. And then July, the beginning of July will be Money in the Bank, and the end of July will be SummerSlam. So SummerSlam's a week early because it lands in July, not August.
They just did Extreme Rules, right?
They did this year. They did it in May. No, I'm sorry. They just did it. It was September. Yeah, it was September. So the September pay-per-view will be either the 3rd or the 4th. Why did they put or? Because All Out will be the 3rd or the 4th. So they're picking the same weekend as All Out.
They're scouting him. They was like, "Yo, we got to be more pop than AEW right now. So we got to scout their biggest pay-per-view and be the biggest pay-per-view."
I think AEW want to fuck. WWE up. They should go ahead
and move Double or Nothing to WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how popping Double or Nothing would be.
No, matter of fact, move WrestleMania weekend. And didn't have it somewhere where WrestleMania is at.
That'll be tough because WrestleMania, because there's like so many of those like convention things for WrestleMania, they take all the fucking arenas in that city for the week.
Yeah, but that's that city. I said somewhere near WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
In the same city. So people like, let's say.
So this year is Dallas. So that means AEW have to go to fucking Arlington or Fort Worth, which is like the fucking suburbs to Dallas.
Yeah, and then that gives people a dilemma when they land. Do they go to AEW or do they go to WrestleMania?
You get a hotel right in the middle. And that's our time for today. I have been Darth Messiah. You, sir? A good night, J Kid.
Good night to all.
And we out.
Good night.
We out of here.